Hello guys, my name is Tara Taro. I will be doing your reading for July 2019. This reading will be for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I will be doing an astrological spread. It's 12 cards, 12 houses, different areas of your life to get the most general reading for you guys. And what else? Oh, I shuffled the cards as I have previously so that we could jump right into the reading. On July 7th, this coming Sunday, we have Mercury going into retrograde. This past July 2nd, we just had a solar eclipse in Cancer and a new moon in Cancer. And on July 16th, I believe Mercury will go back into Cancer. So, just so you have some astrological updates for what's going on this month, Mercury retrograde, there's a, halt to communication. We have a lot of miscommunications with people from your past kind of come back, problems and delays with commutes, things of that nature. So, you might notice that, and you might have already noticed some of the delays that have come up, but now, we could kind of learn to navigate that if the next 3 weeks we're just supposed to make the plans, not make the moves, that we could stop ourselves a little bit from some heartbreak and have things a little bit more prepared. So I always like to say that so that people aren't just like, what's going on? It's like, I told you what's going on. All right. So I'll jump right into the reading. The first house is the house of self, so this is the house of you, how people are seeing you, and how you are most feeling about yourself at this time. The card that came out for that is the Two of Cups. So I do feel like you were feeling more balanced than you have in the past. I feel like things in your romantic life might be going really well as well. You might feel really understood. You might feel like you have a lot of people that you can turn to. You feel like you are kind of balanced in the areas of life that go with emotions. And people are seeing you as someone who is more balanced. And that might not be somehow that you've seen yourself for a long time, but it is somehow that this month you're going into this maybe feeling more balanced. Your masculine, feminine energies are balanced. And people are seeing you like as that. They're seeing you as compassionate. They're seeing you as emotional. They're seeing you as fulfilled. And you might be fulfilled by the relationships in your life. And you feel like the people that are in your life, usually romantically with that card, but it doesn't have to be, are really helping you feel understood, which I think is a big reason why a lot of us get depressed, is we feel like people don't really understand us or what we're going through. But I feel like people are going to be more inclined to be in your energy at this time. Now, the second house is the house of finances. It's also the house of material wealth and mostly things of the sensuality things. So like things you have, your material items. The card that came out for that is the Tower. So the Tower card is a card of intense change that's divinely guided, that's kind of forced upon you. You have no choice in the matter. So I feel like something's going to happen, and it's going to be really quick and swift, and it might throw you off your feet. It might be a setback. You might just have a setback as far as you might have to pay a little bit more money towards something, have some kind of repairs or things happening this month that are kind of setting you back, and it's quick and it was unexpected. And though this is something that comes as like an annoyance and as like hard to deal with, at the same time, when it's something that's divinely guided, it's to teach you a lesson. So it could be teaching you a lesson in how to save or how to take care of your items if it has to do with something that you like possess. But because this is, the card of possessions as well. I just feel like it's something that is meant to happen, but it's something that you're not going to like, and that's thrust upon you. So you have to be aware in the tendency of your finances to don't overspend, and please save ahead so that this won't be a harsh blow if something is to be repaired or some kind of a medical bill or something comes up. And I'm not saying it is a medical bill, because I feel like that scares people the most. I think of medical bills as being like the most expensive thing. So that to me is like a tower, but it doesn't need to mean that. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just saying you might have a setback. Maybe you're not making as much, or business is slowing down, which happens in the summer. But just make sure to conserve and take care of that, and you should be fine. The third house is the house of siblings. It's also the house of close friends, short journeys. I see with that the Five of Swords. So I feel like if you have a sibling or you have very close friends that you normally go to, there might be quarrels in that area. I feel like people are just kind of wanting to fight. People are very combative right now because people don't know how to communicate. And people might not be, during like Mercury retrograde especially, they might take things that you say a certain way and it might not mean what you said. So just be aware that if there are these arguments coming up, they're really not meant to be long-standing like fallouts, but there might be some problems with communication. So beware of that tendency. Try not to get so defensive or get angry, or be willing to participate. If there is drama, I see that you should go away from it. But I do feel like it's going to be, it's not going to be physical fights, but it will be like cutting words back and forth, and I feel like someone's going to cross a line. And hopefully you don't cross a line that you can't come back from, but it might make you really just want to be out of this person's life right now. The fourth house is the house of home. The card that came out for that is the Four of Swords. So I feel like you're at a period in your house or in your home where you just kind of want to rest. Things might have been very chaotic, and now like July, you just want to spend a lot of time around the home, making it stable, kind of conserving your thoughts and your energy so that you're able to be out there in the world or have people back around your home. But I feel like a lot of this time around the home is you're going to want to be spending it alone or wanting to be spending it in rest. And I think that you might be spending that time also renovating or making the place beautiful, because I see a lot of flowers here. You may be gardening. There might be very positive relations with your mother at this time, or a mother figure, or the females that in your life that are very important. I feel like will understand that you're trying to build a stable foundation at home and that you want to be left alone, and those people will kind of be there in the right way for you and be able to have like a positive, stable relationship with them, all based on communication. Fifth house is the house of romance, house of play, house of dramatic energy. I feel like this is kind of how you want to be seen more than how you are as well. And I see that this card is the Death card. So I feel like you want to build a more stable you and a more stable relationship with others. If this is in your romantic life, you might be changing the way things are. If you're in a relationship, you might be going on more dates, being more romantic, things of that nature. Things about your relationship or the way that you want to be seen is changing in a dramatic way, and it's for greater stability. But it is like the phoenix rising from the ashes. You might have had a time where this was really dark. If this is your romantic life, you might not have had many suitors. Now all of a sudden everyone's after you. If this is, if you are in a relationship, it might have felt like the spark died, but here it is back again to show its way and show what's still left there. And if it's you, then you're going through such a change that you're going to be better and more different than you ever were. Because after a long time of realizing what didn't work, you finally sacrificed, like in the Hanged Man, and now you're willing to give yourself up. Do a sacrifice of self, sacrifice of things that are no longer serving you. And people will be really drawn to this energy, because look at this Death card. There are a lot of Death cards that are just like black and dark, and I have like a death tattoo, literally. So mine, I understand having all like black around death, but the death is, like I said, death of an old way of being. Death of a way that things were once before. And this card especially, look at all the yellows and the reds and the oranges. Those are like lower chakra energies. Those are building up. Those are foundations. Those are not about that's about kind of throwing you off your feet, but in a way that is to teach you how to stand. So this is all happening for your greatest good. Your 6th house is the house of health. This is also how you are servicing others at this time, or someone who is servicing you. The house of health, you got the King of Cups. I do feel if you are worried about anything within your health, you are doing well at this time. In fact, you might have be even getting a greater grasp on your emotions, which you might not have had for a while. But I feel like you're finally learning to be a manipulator of these emotions and figure out where to put your energy that best serves you. I also feel like there could be a male water sign in your life that is really helping you by giving you a shoulder to cry on, but not letting you wallow. This person could be a Pisces, Scorpio, or a Cancer. I do feel more masculine energy. So as a Taurus, I do feel like you have a male energy that is surrounding you, mostly a water sign or just someone who's very emotional, that is helping you through these things and helping you through your emotional mindset right now. And you're feeling a lot more healthy than you have been in the past. And this person could be showing you new ways of thinking, but they're also very compassionate and kind. And I think that they're easing you up. And they could be the reason why you're seeing this balance in yourself. This could be why, this person could have come into your life and showed this change. But this could just mean by a lot of sacrificing. The 7th house is the house of partnerships, house of marriage, business partnerships. I see the 6 of Pentacles. I feel like if you are in a union with someone, or if you are, thinking of someone at this time, somebody like you or the other person has been putting a lot more effort. And this could be as far as like financially, but this could also be as far as time, because Pentacles could relate to time as well, because it is also a resource. So I feel like maybe someone was putting more time into you, or you were putting more time into them, and now things are at a place, like you are at a place where maybe you are able to do more for them, or they're at a place where they're able to express that. But there is this equaling out of the give and take, where someone was giving far more than the other, and I do feel like now that's changing. And normally I would just say that someone is giving a lot more energy into the other person than that is, but I do feel like it's that one person was, and now someone's trying to do it back. However, if someone is coming back to you and trying to put their time and energy into you, and maybe you weren't doing that before for them, maybe you weren't giving them the time and energy before, you're willing to do the same for them. I do feel like there's going to be an evening out, and I just feel you're growing something. You're growing a relationship that's based on a lot more than the black and whites. It's based on, hey, now I have the time, or now I'm at the stable position to give you this amount of time. And though you might not like to hear that, but because maybe it's not said in such a romantic way, like I'm always going to be there for you, but it's also life. And there will be, again, an evening out of those energies. So I think that's a very positive card to have in that placement. The 8th house is the house of transformation, rebirth, sex. You could be having romantic relationships with a Cancer at this time, like I was saying before with this masculine water sign, and now I'm seeing the Cancer card. It is a possibility that that's the case. It's also a possibility, being in the house of transformation, that a relationship with a Cancer in your life is changing, or a Cancer is pushing you forward, or someone is just in the month of Cancer, because we are in Cancer energy right now. It's not the month of Cancer, but you know what I mean. In the sign of Cancer that we are in right now, I do feel like it's a possibility that this person, there's someone in your life that's really pushing you forward, and just like you're running rampant. Like the chariot is a vehicle, right? And it's going through all of the waters. So this vehicle is running no matter what emotional things they're going through. So I feel like there might be a lot of things that might be trying to throw you off, or you might have a Cancer in your life, or the energy of this life is pushing you forward, but you're just moving through whatever emotional things are coming your way, and you're just going. And it's kind of black and white thinking, because you're not thinking about all the possibilities of where things could go, the grays that come in between, because that's what I always feel with Chariot, is very like, it's this way or this way energy. But you could also be learning to break through those boundaries. But I think that this energy, or the person in your life that's also expressing this energy, is pushing you to do new things, to, have a different life, to try new avenues. And, I also feel with the 9th house being in the King of Wands, I kind of feel like you're trying to do something that's like you're more passionate about, or that has a higher grade of status that people would look at you more towards. And this might have not been something that you were doing for a long time, but now the attention's on you because you're really going after it. You're really going after it without looking back, which is what the Chariot is doing. And now you're at a place where, you feel like you're in a higher status. You might be working a job, because that's not the house of jobs. I really feel like I was saying to the Tauruses last month about going back to school, right? So if you weren't going back to school, if you were just working on skills for a job, or you are going back to school or something, I feel like the avenue that you're headed towards now and you're rushing towards is actually one that will bring you higher status. So if you were, for instance, like working at, a fast food place, and I'm not bashing that by any means, but now you're going back to school, and now you're going to go back to school for, like, nursing, then I would be like, oh, okay, so you're doing something that has a higher status. That might bring you more confidence, because maybe it's something that people look up to more. And people are really going to be drawn to you and amazed by what it is that you're doing. And I think this is all by a paradigm shift that's occurring, because I don't feel like you were feeling this confident for a long time. But for some reason, people in your life are really helping you see like what you should be confident in. And it might be by something that's kind of harsh, and I'll say why soon. Because the 10th house is the house of the Empress. The Empress is the birth card, so 10th house is the house of work. You could be working a new job. You could have a mother figure at work that is really there to aid you. This mother figure could be this Chariot. This person could be really caring towards you. You could have met them through work, or they could be bringing you an opportunity to work. But I do feel like this person is very motherly or caring towards you, probably a feminine energy or a female. I really do feel like when I see the Empress, they are like a female. So I feel like there's a female in your life, probably this Cancer or this water sign here, that is helping you either get a new job or, be emotionally balanced in the area of work so that you could move towards what you want to run towards it full force. I'm sorry, that was like a rambling, but yeah. This is like the card of birth, creative adventures, birth in the area of jobs. I'm going to say new job or person that's birthing new ideas to you. 11th house is the house of friends. I see the Hermit. Well, like I was saying with the card before, with the quarrels with a lot of friends, you could be wanting to just disappear from the friends that you have in your life right now. And it doesn't need to be for any other reason than maybe you just want to search within yourself and see what it is that you truly want. I do believe there are people reaching out to you and trying to help you and giving you the time and the push that you need to go in certain directions. But I do feel like as far as acquaintances and friendships and hanging out goes, I feel like you're going to spend a lot of time by yourself because you want to, and because it's really going to help you discover which avenue and which path that you should go on, because you want to and because you need to, not because other people are telling you to. 12th house is the house of the unknown. I see the Queen of Swords. So I feel like with the Queen of Swords and the unknown, I feel like there is a woman that is kind of, might be the person who's starting this. Alright, so this quarrel, right? This is like the Five of Swords. This is with maybe a sibling or a close friend. This person, I think, is an air sign. So a Libra, Aquarius, or... Why is my brain doing that? Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, sorry. Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, female energy, and I feel like they're very jarring, they're very cold. They could be the person that's fighting with you. And I feel like they feel like they're doing the right thing because they've had a lot of things happen in their life that they're trying to protect you from, but they're really just being very harsh and cold towards you, and it makes you kind of feel like you want to push away from it, and that could be a change in a relationship too. But I feel like you're coming at things more emotional, and now this person in your life maybe is a little bit more cold and not really willing to communicate, or willing to communicate but not willing to communicate like in an emotional way. They're just saying like, this is what I think of it, and this is it. Bottom of the deck is the Knight of Swords. So I do feel like you will get messages of people speaking of you, perhaps, behind your back. This could be what causes some of the fights. It could be that you approach this person. This could be an air sign, and you could hear some things that you don't want to hear. It could cause you to go into some isolation. But in other areas of your life, you're going to be feeling more confident, being pushed towards new avenues. Someone's going to give you more time, or you're going to give more time that you haven't been giving to a person romantically. And that relationship is going to change, and in turn, you will also change. Someone in your life is going to be there for you, probably a water sign, that's going to make you feel emotionally healed because they're there to talk with you. You might have a setback in your finances. Please save at this time. I think a lot of time that an isolation that you're going to need is going to be left at the home because you're going to be taking care of the home and rebuilding the home right now. You will feel positive in your area of life. So it could just be that someone, if it's not a romantic partner, this Queen of Swords, it could just mean a friend, someone who's kind of showing you extreme, like, jarring energy, and you might not want them in your life. This Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck might be of someone who you need to release. And yeah, that's pretty much the reading for this time, but you might get a new job, or there is going to be a female at work who's really helping you, and helping you with creative new ideas and maybe making more money. And this setback might be so that you could move forward thereafter. Yeah. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I apologize for taking a while over there. I'll see you guys next month. If you liked this, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in August. Bye.